Now that we're midway through the season, are you settled in finally?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. Now it seems a lot easier than it was at the time when you first got traded. Your whole life, felt like it did a 180 and turned upside down. But no, it's been great. We found that I think the hardest thing about getting traded is getting a different house, living area, right? Trying to find somewhere where you're comfortable in a city that you have no idea anything about. But it's been great. Found a great place to live. Enjoying the city, enjoying the people, and enjoying this organization too. We've had a good run at the beginning here, and we're excited to keep going.
Kansas City and Cincinnati, kind of similar, right? Does that help in any respects at all? That it's two Midwestern cities.
Yeah, no, for sure. I actually didn't know Cincy was considered the Midwest. I learned that.
Yeah, I know.
It
is odd because
right. Yeah, no, they are pretty similar. Obviously two really good fan bases that love baseball. And it's been great to see the Cincy fans come out and support us this year and all that. But yeah, really kind of close to the same sort of cities. I didn't know. Yeah. I didn't think it would be like that. But yeah, very similar aspects.
The elephant in the room. We'll get right to it. Kauffman Stadium, Great American Ballpark. Two vastly different places, especially for a pitcher. Mm-hmm. That is quite the transition as well.
Is it not? It's, we went to Kansas City earlier in the year. I think it was May, and I looked at the field. I'm like, wow, this is a little bit bigger. It's a massive field. And, it was very fun to pitch at. But yeah, this park I love as well. I like both of them, even though the dimensions are a little bit clearly different. But yeah, this stadium has a lot of character, a lot of history too. I've learned, about the history of the stadium too, and the old stadium too. Learning about that, it was cool to see all that.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely has its history, but I'll say it for you. It's tough to pitch at this place. I'm not looking for you to say it. I've been around a long time. It's a tough place to pitch. I mean, it is a small yard, and there are balls that get out that have no chance of getting out of other parks, particularly right center field, which is a fly ball can just get out. Do you have to change the way you pitch, or is that too much to think about?
Yeah, I think it's too much to pitch about or think about. They talked about that earlier, when I got traded, are you going to pitch different? And it's like, well, no, I don't really know how to, pitch differently to, change the dimensions of the ballpark. But no, just trying to, instead of saying, just continually work on my pitches and bring new ideas to the table. DJ and the pitching guys have done a good job about that. And, we're always exploring new ideas, but also trying to, make, what I have, better each and every day.
You are known, and this, I hope you don't take this as a put down. It's an innings eater. That is, especially today's game, guys don't go as deep as they used to. But on one hand, that's a compliment. On the other hand, you're like, I got more than just I'm more than just eating innings. How do you feel about? You feel you're more than that, right?
Yeah,
but it's a good label.
I enjoy the label because it means you're making starts. That was something that I've growing up. I always watched some of the guys when I grew up. They took the ball every single day. Every single start they made 30, 32, 33, sometimes 34 starts every year. Weren't hurt, weren't injured, and just went out there no matter if they felt terrible or they felt good. And that was something that was really cool. And that's something that I've tried to do my whole entire career is, every day work on your body and, understand that you're going to go out there and you're not going to feel good. They say there's only a handful of starts in the big leagues that you actually feel good. When you go out there to pitch, most of them, something's either bothering you or something like that. And, but yeah, no, I'm fine with, being labeled, as that because, it means I'm making all my starts and, I'm healthy and I'm going out there and pitching, every fifth day. And, but I like it just, for that fact.
Yeah, no, I love it. I think it's the ultimate compliment. I mean, they're not keeping you out there just because you eat innings. They're keeping you out there because you have success and you can get through those innings, and being durable is so big. How's the repertoire right now? I know every pitcher is always evolving, and the right-handed pitcher is always looking for ways to get lefties out. That's been a struggle for many, many pitchers for a long time. So where are you right now with the way that you're attacking hitters?
Yeah, I like having, more pitches, more weapons, because early in my career, it was a 2-pitch mix, and I wasn't, saying no to other pitches. I just didn't feel confident in the other pitches, because I felt, I was having some success with the 2 pitches I had, and it was always tough to have an at bat, with your 2 pitches, try another pitch and give up a hit. That would drive me nuts, because I have confidence in the other 2 pitches. But no, last year, the lefties were, having more success off me, and I said, if I want to be a better, I got to change something, do something different. So the cutter came along, and used that a lot more, and using the 4-seam more this year too. Just changing eye level, changing different things, and it's been fun just trying to learn new pitches, trying to make them better. Every bullpen we're working on, whether the shape of the pitch or the command of the pitch. So and it makes the scouting report easier too, with different pitches, because you don't have to worry about being so fine with just 2 pitches. You have a little bit more room on the other pitches too. So using the 4-seam and the cutter, and using the sweeper more lately has been nice. Just having more weapons against these guys, and just learning, trying to become more complete pitcher every day.
Yeah. It's easy for us to say, boy, he needs to throw a 3rd pitch against lefties. Yeah, easy to say. When you're on that bump, though, if you don't have 100% confidence in a pitch, I don't think me or the layman fan understands that, hey, this is major leagues. They're going to kill that pitch if I don't have confidence in it. So that had to be a tough process.
Yeah, for sure. And that's kind of where the changeup comes into play too. Is it's a pitch that I don't have much confidence in at all. I don't feel like I can throw it for strikes many times, and I'm trying to get quick outs, and trying to get deeper in the game, and it's tough. I think the changeup will come around. It's been a long time. Working on this pitch, and I've had some grips at work, and then it just kind of leaves me. But out of the cutter was a lot easier for me, just because I can spin the ball well with the slider, and it put my wrist in a position that was easier to throw that pitch with more command, and I like the result of it. I like where it's what direction it's heading, and starting to kind of move it around the zone more and more each time, able to throw it to whether that's down or more up, or on the other side, on the arm side, and stuff like that. So just like I said, just being open to different ideas, and the more pitches you have, the more locations you can throw your pitches. I feel like the more success you're going to have.
I think Reds fans are still getting to know you as a person, and that's what part of the reason I started this podcast is to humanize players, get to know players. So Florida kid, right?
Yeah.
What part of Florida for the audience?
Yeah, so it's near Orlando. It's a very small town outside of Orlando called Leesburg. Leesburg, Florida. Went to Tavares High School for 3 years, and went to Eustis High School my last year. Small town. Grew up doing a lot of fishing, a lot of hunting, stuff like that. Just outdoors. I spent my whole entire childhood outdoors. We grew up on land, and had a whole backyard full of activities. Just outside all the time, doing dumb kid stuff.
Yeah, I want to talk about that in a little bit because we did the story on television about you on a motorbike and how you did all that, but. I always laugh when we talk about the heat around here. It's been hot of late, but, Florida guys are like someone from the South, Louisiana or something. They're like, oh, yeah, I get it. It's hot. You're used to the heat, right?
Yeah,
Central Florida.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's the hottest place in the world, I think. I wish it would get easier. I wish I'd be like, I'm totally used to it. But I still go out there. I sweat like crazy, and I get red face and all that. I say that, with the red uniform and the red face, I look like Clifford out there. So it's, it still gets hot. I still get sweaty, and I still get tired. So I wish I was used to it, but I'm definitely not. But yeah, since it gets hot, I didn't know how hot Kansas City got either. I mean, the Midwest gets very, very hot.
St. Louis and Kansas City are a different hot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hot here, but when we go to St. Louis, and we don't go to Kansas City as much, but it's like, it's a different hot there. I don't know what it is. But you're obviously Florida, Kansas City. You're used to that.
Yeah, I don't know which one's hotter. I mean, I've played some 110 games in Kansas City that it's just like, I don't know how you live out here and, play out here. But, they're both very, very, very hot. But it doesn't get easier. But, you have some tricks and, how to stay hydrated and cool down during the outing.
We'll be right back with more of Jim Day's interview with Brady Singer on the Cincinnati Reds Radio Network.
During this rain delay, start making your plans to visit the full-size Noah's Ark at the Ark Encounter, just 45 minutes south of Cincinnati and right off I-75. The massive Ark features 3 decks of stunning exhibits. The Ark Encounter also has a zoo, a virtual reality experience, state-of-the-art playground, and more. At 510 feet long, the Ark is the world's largest timber frame structure, and all kids 10 and under enjoy free admission. Visit ArkEncounter.com.
The Cons brand has been a Cincinnati tradition almost as long as Reds baseball. For more than 130 years, Cons hot dogs have been an important part of so many special memories. From grilling out with family and friends to settling in at the stadium for a Reds game. It's no wonder the Cons brand is the official hot dog of the Cincinnati Reds. So pick up a pack of Cons hot dogs and all their quality meats at local stores throughout Reds country. And keep the tradition alive.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
As the official bank of the Cincinnati Reds, PNC knows that everyone gets excited about different parts of baseball. Some fans love home runs. PNC likes a well-executed sacrifice bunt. Others love sliding catches. PNC prefers pop-ups caught with 2 hands. But everyone loves getting discounts on tickets and merchandise with the Cincinnati Reds PNC Bank Visa debit card. Learn more at pnc.com/redscard. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC. Visa is a registered trademark of Visa International Service Association and used under license.
This season, score big on your next ride at Honda East. With unbeatable deals, great financing options, and a large inventory to choose from, you can find your perfect vehicle at a price that knocks it out of the park. And our award-winning service department ranks among the best in the country, with a seasoned lineup of service consultants and factory-trained Honda techs. The ultimate Honda experience at Honda East. Visit HondaEastCincy.com.
Tree on your roof? Fire damage or flooded basement? Water and storm damage happens fast this time of year. For over 43 years, Hayes & Sons has been restoring water damage in Ohio and Kentucky homes and businesses. They'll help you navigate your insurance claim and get your life back on track. So, when property damage strikes, tell your insurance agent you want Hayes & Sons for your restoration work. For more information, please visit HayesandSons.com.
It's time for you to step up to the plate and save a life. Hi, this is Marty Brenneman reminding you to make your life-saving blood donation with Hawksworth Blood Center. Hawksworth operates 7 tri-state locations and multiple mobile blood drives 7 days a week, making it convenient for you to save lives and make an impact. The summer months are a difficult time for blood banks, and Hawksworth needs our local community to donate blood to support our award-winning hospitals and the patients they serve. Visit Hawksworth.org to schedule today. Together, we're saving lives close to home.
When the kids call and they say, "Hey, Dad, can you pick up Skyline?" I'm always like, absolutely. I'm halfway there because you don't have to tell me twice. That's the time for our family to be together, and Skyline's always been part of our family time.
The rain delay continues. Let's get back to Jim Day's podcast interview with Reds pitcher Brady Singer on the Cincinnati Reds Radio Network.
So you're a dad, right? You got one?
I got one. Bo, he's almost 2 times flying by. You know, he was born in Kansas City, which is, you know, funny. Being a baseball guy, you know, it's like, and we live in Florida, so my son's going to be like, "Oh, I'm a Florida boy." I'm like, "No, you were actually born on the side of a hospital on the side of the highway in Kansas City." So it's just crazy kind of how baseball, you know, what it does to families and stuff like that.
Yeah, life of a baseball kid. So at 2, zoo? What has he thrown a ball yet?
He's not interested in baseball yet. It's kind of crazy. He's a big farm animals kid. He loves the zoo, loves animals. Old McDonald Farm is all he says all the time. So he just, I don't know. I think he thinks that Old McDonald means something else because when he cries, he just says Old McDonald, and we're like, we don't know what that means. But he loves animals, loves his mom. He's a huge mama's boy. So, but loves just being outdoors, kind of like how I was too. And, yeah, I mean, he's a trooper. He's gone through this baseball life with us. A lot of airplanes, a lot of different cities, a lot of packing, a lot of life out of a suitcase, which is crazy. And, when he grows up to be older, we can kind of tell him, the life he lived, it's going to be pretty funny. He's going to wonder what the heck he was doing.
Absolutely. So animal guy, you go to zoos often, or, I mean, is it the physical animals or is it?
Yeah, no, it's whatever animal you got. I mean, he doesn't care. He loves them. But yeah, a lot of zoos, and I think that's a huge baseball thing too. It really is kind of a fun fact that people don't know. Like every city has a zoo, and it's like kind of everyone goes to the zoo, and the kids love the zoo. And Cincy has a great zoo.
They do a good job with you guys
very
too.
Good. Yeah, we did a backstage. Bo got to touch an elephant and hang out with that, and it's really cool. But yeah, going around all the different cities, it's cool because we get to travel around. There's not really, if I didn't play baseball, I wouldn't be going to all these random cities that we go to, right? So being able to see the country and, play in different spots and go to different areas.
Ask yourself now, are you ready?
The show is about to begin. Every pitch, every swing, every moment hits harder. And when these performers step up, the crowd loses its mind. Time to let these maestros of the diamond shine.
South side of Chicago, where are you at? This was the first time I got traded, but I was so excited to wear these pinstripes and be a South side of Chicago boy. This jersey right here is an all-star jersey. You can see on the back the all-stars and the all-star patch there. Being an all-star and being who I was called over there to be was something I was real proud of.
It is a 1933 Gaudy Babe Ruth card. It is 8.5 PSA. It's rated higher than the one in the Smithsonian.
This card at one point came with a pack or a stick of chewing gum.
This card actually is almost a century old. It was bought for a penny.
So the fact that just the heritage of a card like this is now coming up almost 90 years later into an auction, it's a pretty special moment.
Done. Now let's go celebrate. Merry Christmas. Love always, Brady.
Now you are smiling. I got tears in my eyes, and I've seen it before. I mean it's very moving, and you've got a smile on your face over there because you experience it and watch it many times. But what would that mean to you?
The first reason I'm laughing and smiling is because you don't see my dad cry very much, so to get him to cry, it's pretty cool. And then I definitely didn't mean the video to go viral, but my mom was like, "Hey, next time you think about videotaping me, maybe not in my pajamas. If I'm going to go viral, that'd be really nice." But yeah, no, just to like I said, I didn't want it or mean it to go viral. I just wanted the kids to see how much of a sacrifice that parents make for yourself. they worked all week. They gave me everything possible for, my career, and it was never to reach the big leagues. That wasn't the idea of, what my parents were doing. I enjoyed it. So they did something, for my enjoyment, right? Like they sacrificed, so many weekends, so many nights, so much money, so much time just for me to do something I enjoy. And they weren't chasing the big leagues. They weren't chasing, that right there. They weren't chasing a payback. They weren't doing anything, for themselves. They were sacrificing everything that, they had for me. And, that was just a small thing I could do to show them, my appreciation. Like I said, a lot of time, and, anything that, I needed, things that I needed to, be better player, or, whether it's nutritionally, food, Gatorades, anything like that. Like they did everything they could, for me to have those things. And I mean, we were, when I was 16, 17, 18, I was playing for Chet Lemon, who just passed away, and, just an incredible human being he was, and coach, and really, shaped my career. But we played every week during the summer. I mean, we were gone. Me and my buddy would get in the car on Monday or Sunday night, and we'd play from Monday to Sunday. My parents were there a lot, but sometimes we had to go on our own. We were playing in Georgia, playing in South Carolina, all over the Southeast, and, gas money, hotels, food, like it adds up. And, they were working every day, to do that for me. And, the bills add up, and, the pay adds up, and it's.
Some call it orgullo. Others call it el corazón taíno. But sometimes the journey is set on track with your ancestors cheering you on. For Francisco Lindor, el ting-ting de la plena was the first roar in the stands. Every at-bat was an encore. Every strike of the drum echoed like a promise. El destino no siempre avisa, pero llega con flow.
I can't imagine transitioning from loving baseball cards to then knowing it's inevitably coming that you're going to be on baseball cards. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, I think the first card I saw was when they did something for USA Baseball, and then now seeing my face, seeing me playing baseball on a card, it was surreal. It wasn't that, like, it was that moment where, like, wow, this is really something.
Pirates. It's part of what makes this game today so important. You want to go to Milwaukee playing meaningful baseball, feeling good about yourself, and a win today would go a long way toward that, I feel.
I believe that, Tommy, and I think in addition to that, if you win this ball game today, it doesn't put so much pressure on you to have to win 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 3 in Milwaukee. You give yourself a little bit of breathing room. But if you had to have a ball game that you would say over the last 4 that you need a must-win game, today would be that game. You're playing the Pittsburgh Pirates, you're playing a rookie pitcher, and you've got a veteran in Nick Lodolo on the mound.
Let's talk about that. The Reds have struggled against the first 2 starters. Braxton Ashcraft, he is a rookie starter, but this guy's had quite a bit of success up here. We talked about the value of knocking him out of this game, and I'm not talking about knocking him out of the game as in you bludgeon him. I'm talking about get the pitch count up so they've got to go to their taxed bullpen early on in this game. If you're the Reds, how are you attacking Braxton Ashcraft? What should they expect to see from him?
Well, I think number one, you've got to figure out if the kid can throw strikes, and that's key. Number one, he's got 23 walks in 65 innings. but he also has a 2.62 ERA. He does not give up a lot of long balls. He's got a high-velocity fastball. You've got to make him get that ball on the plate. Are you taking early in the count? Maybe so, especially the first time through the lineup, just to kind of see what he's got.
Meanwhile, Nick Lodolo takes the mound for the Reds. At times this year, he has been absolutely brilliant. You look at his second half numbers, they're not as good, but is all of that in your mind on Lodolo and how he has pitched? Or do you think maybe he's pitched a little better than maybe some of those numbers in the second half would indicate?
I think he's pitched better. I think he's had some blow-up ball games. You can go back to the Cleveland game before he ran off 9 or 10 starts that were awfully good. You look at the blister issue that he had, I think, in the 11th start after that Cleveland ball game. Missed a couple of weeks and has really not quite been back to totally the same since the blister issue. Has he pitched bad? No. But it wasn't the excellence that we saw when he was throwing complete game shutout against the Washington Nationals. That's the kind of game that the Reds need here on this afternoon.
ERA, almost 3.6 in the second half. He's made 8 starts here since the break after making 19 starts with a 3.38 ERA and a 6-6 record in the first half. As far as Lodolo's home road splits go, his ERA is almost a run worse at home.
Yeah, they're pretty dramatic difference in this ballpark, and a lot of it is because of the home run ball in this ballpark. He'll have to get past that early today.
See if he can keep the Pirates in the park. Digging in to get it started, Jared Triolo, and we're ready for baseball. It's turned out to be a very pleasant day for baseball under cloudy skies. Kind of a glary, cloudy sky today here at Great American Ballpark. Reds and Pirates, hope you enjoy it. Let's play. First pitch presented by Cincinnati Children's, changing the outcome together. Lodolo ready to go. Into his windup, the left-hander's first pitch to Triolo is on the way, and we are underway, and it's a strike over the inside corner, 0-1 on Triolo. He went 0 for 5 in last night's ball game. Triolo hitting .229, 7 home runs, 24 driven in. Lodolo into his windup. He deals the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball hangs off the outside corner, and the count is even now at 1-1 strike. So we talked about the numbers for Lodolo, home and road, big discrepancy. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and a swing and a miss, and now Triolo's down a ball and 2 strikes.
You would think, Tommy, with all this moisture in the air, that it would be a good day for changeups and breaking balls to catch some of this moisture in the air and induce some late break at the plate.
The 1-2. And a breaking ball down and in. He started to go, couldn't hold up. First base umpire Edwin Jimenez says that Triolo went around, and he will U-turn back into the Pirate dugout, a strikeout victim to start the game.
Well, so far the breaking ball is working rather well.
I would say it is on point. Fooled Triolo badly there. 1 away, and that brings Nick Gonzalez to the plate. Gonzalez 1 for 4 last night, a walk and a double. The pitch to Gonzalez is way high and outside for ball 1. The count is 1-0 on Gonzalez. Today's TimStar game time temperature 71 degrees under cloudy skies. Get complete home comfort with a TimStar heating and cooling system. Find your local TimStar dealer at timstar.com. Lodolo's pitch in off the plate. Gonzalez raises his arms out of the way of ball 2 rather. 2-0 on Gonzalez. He whips the bat across the plate, waiting on the lefty Lodolo. He sets ready, and here comes the 2-0 pitch. Swung on, pop foul, back to the right out of play. 2 balls and a strike. Pirates winning last night's game. It went 11. 5 pitchers used out of the Pirate bullpen behind Paul Skeens last night.
That was a heck of a ball game.
Oh, boy. Reds used 4 relievers. Here's the 2-1. Gonzalez takes in off the plate. It's a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Gonzalez gave that a pretty good ride the other way, but Marte runs it down for the second out here in the first inning.
That was a nice sign there, watching Marte track that ball. He got a good break on the ball. It was a fluid motion back to the wall, and you would think that, well, that's just what outfielders do. Well, as we know, Noelvi Marte is just beginning to play right field. That looked good.
I don't know about you, Cowboy, but I feel like we've seen him already improve leaps and bounds.
Without a doubt.
Ryan Reynolds takes off the plate outside. I think one of the things you look at when you're watching a young player do anything, I mean, whether it's a young pitcher, young hitter, are they making the same mistake over and over again? I feel like we haven't seen him do that in right field. Pitch is slapped on the ground by Brian Reynolds through the hole on the right side. That'll roll into right field for a 2-out single. Reynolds came in 1 for 6 in the series with a double last night. And now he's aboard with a 2-out single here in the first inning. That'll bring up Andrew McCutchen, who today becomes the 3rd visiting player to play 100 games here at Great American Ballpark. This is game number 100 in this building for the longtime veteran, longtime Pirate, Andrew McCutchen. This is where his career started with Pittsburgh, went away for a while, and now back over the last few years. Swing and a miss, the breaking ball, and the count is 0-1 on Andrew McCutchen.
Yeah, there were many days when the Pirates and the Reds locked up. You had McCutchen versus Votto, 2 of the better players in the game of baseball.
Lodolo sets ready, eyeballs the runner at first, now fires in a strike to McCutchen. He's down to the count 0-2. McCutchen was 1 for 5 in the ball game last night. McCutchen, 38 years old. He'll be 39 in October. Here's the 0-2 pitch. McCutchen swings and fouls this back.
That's a rare swing at a breaking ball off the outside corner.
12 seasons in a Pirates uniform of his 17-year Major League career. Also had stops in Philadelphia, Milwaukee, San Francisco, and New York. The 0-2 pitch, and McCutchen out in front, lifts a high fly ball to left, going back toward the corner. Is Benson to make the catch, side retired. That'll do it for the Pirates in the first. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Pirates nothing. Reds coming up on the Reds Radio Network.
At Cincinnati Children's, we're more than a hospital. We're your hometown health.
Some call it orgullo. Others call it el corazón taíno. But sometimes the journey is set on track with your ancestors cheering you on. For Francisco Lindor, el ting-ting de la plena was the first roar in the stands. Every at-bat was an encore. Every strike of the drum echoed like a promise. El destino no siempre avisa, pero llega con flow.
This is going to be one of those games that you're going to have to fight the elements. Wow!
And I don't think that'll be the last bat toss we see tonight.
I would imagine not.
As he slid behind Neto, took out his legs, but Neto held on to the ball.
Check out what our cameras caught. That's right. Smacking himself in the face. He really likes to pump himself up and make himself angry.
Oh, he used the hat. That's pretty nice.
Yeah. It's 360-degree viewing, surround sound, premium food and drink, and game day vibes that beat being at the game. Tom's Watch Bar is the ultimate game day experience for all Cincinnati sports. Tom's Watch Bar, all the sports, all the time.
The Bengals battle the Broncos. Coverage starts Monday at 3 p.m. on 700 WLW.
The Reds come to bat against Braxton Ashcraft here in the bottom of inning number 1. A little late getting started today, but hopefully we will go on uninterrupted. Ashcraft's first pitch is off the plate outside for ball 1-0 to count on TJ Friedel. When Ashcraft has started this year, he's been awfully good. He is 1-1, a 1.86 ERA. Towering pop-up right on top of home plate by Friedel, and will be caught right there by Joey Bart, right behind the left-handed batter's box. Friedel couldn't have popped that more straight up into the air.
Well, Ashcraft is going to pound you with that fastball, and it is a good one. High-velocity heater, anywhere from 97 to 100. And he throws a two-seamer at the same kind of velocity with some wicked down-and-away movement from left-handers.
Ashcraft is 25 years old in his first year in the big leagues. 4-3 overall this year with a 2.62 earned run average. He fires a strike over the inside corner to Noelvi Marte, and the count is 0-1. But he's started some. He's pitched out of the bullpen, and he's been better as a starter. Not going deep into games. The pitch from Ashcraft is way off the plate outside. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Even recently here in the month of September, he's only gone as many as 4 innings.
Yeah, but he has that tendency, like we saw on that last pitch, to overthrow the fastball, and it gets away from him a bit.
1-1 pitch. That's just a little bit low. In the outside corner, and Marte's ahead of the count, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Still learning the art of command of the strike zone.
Ashcraft to the plate with a 2-1. Swing and a miss at a slider down on the outside edge. And Marte helped him out a little bit. Looked like it was off the plate. But now a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Marte 2 for 6 last night, including his first career inside the park home run. Believe it or not, in the history of this ballpark, and Marte takes strike 3. Curveball drops in near the top of the zone over the outer half, and he is down on strikes. That inside the park home run from Noelvi Marte last night was only the 5th inside the park home run hit by a Red here at Great American Ballpark.
It doesn't happen much in this park just because this is a smaller ballpark.
Yeah. Gavin Luck stands in. First ball swinging, lifts one in the air, short center. On in a hurry is Canario, but he won't get there. That's down for a base hit. And Gavin Lux, who went hitless last night but had a sac fly, is on with a 2-out single here in the first inning. That'll bring Spencer Steer to the plate. The Reds ended up squandering quite a few scoring opportunities last night, hence the 13 men that they left on base. See if they could do a little better job taking advantage of the opportunities that they get this afternoon. They've got a 2-out base runner. Steer swings and misses at a first pitch fastball. Might have actually fouled that off. The catcher, Joey Bart, just tipped it at the plate.
We've seen a lot of low fastballs here early from Ashcraft. That tells me that he's not really a guy that's going to use the top of the zone consistently. That's a little bit different than what you normally see from hard throwers this day and age. Normally the hard throwers are pitching at the very top of the zone from the beginning to the end.
Ashcraft, a second-round pick out of Robinson High School there in Robinson, Texas, back in 2018. Took him a little while to get here to the big leagues, but here he is. Debuted this season. Made his major league debut back in May.
Well, it's one thing to have a good arm. It's another thing to be able to harness that arm.
Lux off first. Ashcraft ready at the belt. 6'5", 220-pound right-hander turns loose the 0-1, and he misses low with it to Spencer Steer, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 240, 21 home runs, 74 driven in for Spencer Steer. Second only to Ellie De La Cruz for RBIs in the team. Here's the 1-1. And a bouncing ball headed for short. Gloved by the shortstop Gonzalez. He'll feed York covering at second to force out Lux, and that'll do it for the Reds here in the first. Hitting a man left, we go to the second. No score, Reds and Pirates on the Reds Radio Network.
At Kroger.
Ask yourself now, are you ready?
The show is about to begin. Every pitch, every swing, every moment hits harder. And when these performers step up, the crowd loses its mind. Time to let these maestros of the diamond shine.
All right, so here's the Mets home jersey. To me, growing up in New York, also a very iconic jersey. The blue pinstripes that represented the Dodgers. Got the orange outline, which represented the Giants, which are the 2 teams that left New York. And then subsequently, the Mets were created. You know, my parents were Mets fans growing up, and this was the jersey that I also dreamed of wearing.
Jammed and a little pop-up. Everybody's coming, but the pitcher wants it. Now he's going to give way. What is he doing? It's going to be dropped.
Keystone Cops on the infield for the Rockies.
Isbell's got a beat on here, battling the sun. He bobbled and
That's a highlight tape and a heck of a catch.
That went straight lawn dart. It's in the ground. On guard. That's it.
See, it comes off that stool down there and makes a nice catch, a hot line drive.
And Vladdy's applauding.
Pirates come to bat here in the second inning. No score, Reds and Pirates. Great American Ballpark in the final game of this 3-game series. Another nice turnout here for the series finale on this Thursday afternoon. It's Thursday, right? Tommy Pham takes a first pitch strike in there, and it's 0-1.
Thursday, September 25th.
Okay. I have that written down here.
We'll play in Milwaukee on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's right. The 0-1 pitch to Tommy Pham, swinging a high chop left side. Brian Hayes won't have a play. That's going to be an infield hit. Pham, who snapped an 0 for 27 yesterday, ends up getting a hit here. Now hits in back-to-back at-bats for Tommy Pham. Now that's not exactly one that'll go on his highlight reel, but he'll take it as a knock to lead off the inning nonetheless.
Swinging bunt.
Pounded it right into the ground, and then it just kind of stuck once it landed. And there was no chance for Brian Hayes, even with a bare hand, to make that play. Just dropped in there, and he's aboard. Now Joey Bart takes a strike on the outside corner at the knees. The count is 0-1.
Bart was scratched from the Game 1 lineup, and he's been swinging the bat pretty good here of late.
His left wrist was bothering him, but back in there again today. First time that we've seen Bart in the series. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Bart, swinging and a miss. He's down to the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Runner on at first base with nobody out. Yeah, you kind of thought when he got scratched that would really help the Reds because he was their hottest hitter coming into the series.
Well, you get a hitter, as you mentioned, that has a wrist issue. They're going to try to cheat a little bit to get out there on the fastball. You can use that breaking ball to your advantage.
Pham modest lead at first. Steer holding him. Lodolo throws, and the pitch is too high on the inside corner as the sun starts to make an appearance. We haven't seen the sun the last couple of days. There's been a few gloomy days here in Cincinnati. Lodolo readies. Now he throws the 1-2 pitch, and it's off the inside corner to Joey Bart. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Runner on at first base with nobody out. We are scoreless in the second inning. Lodolo, the pause of the belt, eyeballs the runner at first. He throws, and the pitch is cut on and missed. Good breaking ball from Lodolo, down and in, and he had Bart swinging right over the top of the hook. And that's Lodolo's second strikeout today. 1 gone, and now Alexander Canario.
When you've been around the game a while, you realize that when it's humid, the ball has a tendency to break a little bit more than normal.
Lodolo's first pitch to Canario is cut on and missed.
I don't know the whole physics that surround that. That wasn't my major, but I do know the ball breaks better when it's humid.
Breaking ball is in there for a called strike. Swing and a miss by Canario to start the at-bat. The count is 0-1. Lodolo delivers a fastball, actually a changeup, just off the outside corner.
It's the first changeup we've seen. Canario likes to swing now. He's not up there to take.
225, 6 home runs, 20 driven in. Canario was used as a pinch runner last night, swinging a foul back. He ran for Spencer Horwitz after his 11th inning RBI double.
And promptly got doubled up.
Right away, doubled off second base. Canario did play in the first game of this series at an RBI double during the Pirates' 4-run second inning rally. Pick to first, chases Tommy Pham back to the bag. Pham over there with 1 out.
Yeah, Canario likes to pull that ball.
It's down to the count, 1-2. Lodolo throws. Swing and a tap foul over by the on-deck batter, Rafael Flores.
And when you've got a hitter at the plate that is a pretty good pull hitter, and I would say that Gonzalez falls in this same category, that doesn't mean that you can't throw them inside. It's just that you don't want to miss over the middle inside part of the plate.
Lodolo's 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Got him with a breaking ball down and out of the zone. Kind of right exactly what you were talking about right there. Threw him in, but not in a spot where he could do anything with it.
Use that humidity, baby.
Back-to-back strikeouts after Pham's infield hit started the inning. And now the pitch to Rafael Flores. He takes a huge cut at a centered-up fastball, strike one. Flores playing in only his 5th game. He is 3 for 8 so far here at the major league level. Came over from the Yankees organization in the David Bednar trade. The 0-1. And the pitch is just a little bit too high. He was one of the top prospects for the Yankees. Came over here to the Pirates, and MLB Pipeline named him the number 8 prospect in the Pirates organization. Lodolo sets ready and delivers the 1-1 pitch to Rafael Flores. That's in there for a called strike. Flores kind of a testament to good old-fashioned amateur scouting. This was a guy that was a non-drafted free agent out of junior college. California native, and he had to really prove himself through the minor league ranks, but he did. He did just that. Played himself into prospect status and ended up a part of a big trade that sent David Bednar to New York. Here he is now in the lineup for the Pirates. The pitch, low and inside. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Rafael Flores. You don't see a whole lot of undrafted free agents end up as big-time prospects. Lodolo's 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Got him with a breaking ball down and in. Lodolo punches out 3 straight after the infield single from Tommy Pham starts the Pirates second. Pham is stranded at first. We go to the bottom of the 2nd inning.
Sometimes your calling doesn't shout. It hums. Like a lullaby floating through a warm night in San Pedro. Before he could walk, El Niño had already taken his first step toward greatness. For Fernando Tatis Jr., baseball wasn't just in the house because Papa was a pro pelotero. It hung over his cradle like a promise. Desde la cuna, El Niño ya tenía swing.
What else going to happen today? Henderson's bat goes flying into the stands on a strikeout.
That's not good right there.
See Andy looking at it like, hey, not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, stick to basketball there, right?
Oh, no catch. Love to get that one back.
Alonso lost the bat as he flung at that high fastball.
That's going to keep him up tonight. Can't make that catch.
You got to keep that clean, right? You got to catch that.
Deliver and local enough to care. Learn more at Topics.com.
Start your day the Tom Brenneman way tomorrow morning at 5 on 700 WLW.
First pitch breaking ball drops in for a called strike to Ellie De La Cruz. No score here in the 2nd inning. Braxton Ashcraft back to work. The pitch to Ellie is cut on and fouled straight back, and he's down to the count. No balls and 2 strikes. De La Cruz, Miguel Andujar, and Will Benson due to bat here in the Reds' 2nd inning. Reds got a hit in the first, a 2-out single from Gavin Lux. Swinging a ground ball, sharply hit, but right to the second baseman, Nick York. He gloves and flips to first in time. Ellie's out, and there's one down here in the second. Western and Southern Financial Group wants to strike out cancer every time a Reds pitcher strikes out a batter. Western and Southern makes a donation to support cancer research in the greater Cincinnati area. When it comes to fighting cancer, we're all in this together. Miguel Andujar, 313, 10 homers, 43 batted in. Waits on the first pitch from the right-hander Ashcraft, and he misses high with a fastball, and the count's 1-0.
Yeah, I like this matchup with Andujar today. I think once he gets a chance to see some of the pitches from Ashcraft.
And he stands there like a statue with the bat on his shoulder, and almost like you were saying, just trying to see him. He had no intention to swing at that pitch. It's a fastball that misses outside. Ashcraft delivers the 2-0 pitch. Swinging, that's fouled over by the Reds dugout, right down the steps. 2 balls, 1 strike on Andujar. Boy, this guy has been a nice boost to this Reds lineup, especially against left-handers, but he's just hit in general. Swinging, that's a high chopper. It's going to be a tough play for Gonzalez at short. He tried to barehand, bobbles, and Andujar will reach safely.
That, Tommy, is not knowing your opponent. Because Gonzalez at shortstop obviously did not know that Andujar can't run well. That was a ball he probably should have gloved and then made a quick throw as if he was turning the double play. And he probably would have had him, and he tried to barehand it, and it ends up as a hit.
Andujar hit it right off the top of home plate. Now Benson swings, sends a high fly ball left center field over the center fielder Canario in the alley to make the catch as the rain begins to fall. Andujar is back to first base on the fly out by Benson to left center field, and there's 2 outs here in the second inning.
Well, I think the Reds are recognizing that Ashcraft is around the plate. Everything is hard, so they are coming to the plate rather aggressive from the first pitch forward.
All right, here's your options. It's Barry Larkin, Chris Sabo, and Joey Votto on today's Reds Hall of Fame and Museum trivia question. I got to feel like with those choices, we're going to know the answer. Swinging a soft ground ball back up the middle. Second baseman fields it near the bag. Nick York throws to first in time. Side retired. Well, I guess we'll get to the trivia question later. The first pitch out by Trevino ends the Reds' second inning. Cowboy has it when we go to the third. We're scoreless at Great American Ballpark.
The show is about to begin. Every pitch, every swing, every moment hits harder. And when these performers step up, the crowd loses its mind. Time to let these maestros of the diamond shine.
WLW, and check out his podcast on the free iHeartRadio app.
Nick Lodolo back out for his third inning of work. We are scoreless as we head to the top of the third.
All right, here's that trivia question now. Since 1970, 3 Reds players have led the National League in doubles in a season. Pete Rose, who led the National League in doubles 4 times in his Reds career, is one of them. Dave Parker, who paced the National League with 42 doubles in his near MVP season 85, also accomplished the feat. Who is the 3rd Reds player to lead the National League in doubles since 1970?
Pitch to Nick York is swung on and missed. Fastball over the outside corner, 0-1 count.
A. Barry Larkin, B. Chris Sabo, or C. Joey Votto?
Fouled back.
See what I mean? When I saw those names, I thought, I feel pretty good about us knowing the answer here.
I want to say Sabo, but Votto hit a lot of doubles.
Yes, he did. Didn't Larkin hit a lot of doubles too?
Yeah, but I don't think he led the league. Fastball up and away. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count here to Nick York. I'm going to go with Sabes. What's letter?
He would be B.
That's my guess. I mean, you got to do something good to win Rookie of the Year, right?
Right.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Changeup down and away. 1 down, and we go back to the top of the Pirates order. I just remember Sabes when I was playing with him hitting a lot of balls right down the left field line. I mean, he would just hook them into the corner. What do you think?
Joey Votto to me is like your
the double machine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to say Joey Votto. I think I'm going to say that.
Okay.
Knowing I'm probably wrong.
Tapper towards first base. Spencer Steer has it. He will take it. And Jared Triolo is retired for the 2nd consecutive at bat, and this has the makings of a rather quick inning if Nick Lodolo can get Nick Gonzalez 2 down.
You know, Cowboy, I was talking with Terry Francona about this before the game, because we were talking about what you and I were talking about, the fact that both of these teams used a lot of pitchers yesterday. You get into a bullpen early. Whoever starter goes deeper probably has the advantage in this game. But you don't necessarily want to try to change your game plan too much as a pitcher, do you?
No, I think you have to be you.
Right.
And and let's be honest, if Nick Lodolo is on his game, being him is pretty doggone good. Strike 1 over the outside corner here to the right-handed hitting Gonzalez, and he will foul this fastball back. And Lodolo quickly ahead in a no-ball, 2-strike count. And Lodolo is just starting to find that high gear. He is moving the ball in and out. The changeup looks good. We've seen some phenomenal sliders here early. And he comes back with the 0-2 pitch. Up high, and Gonzalez lets it pass. 1-ball, 2-strike count. Lodolo, big deep breath, short step back, pitch to the plate, swing and a miss, and he struck him out. That is a 3-up, 3-down third. Lodolo seems to be finding his groove. We are scoreless. Bottom of 3 coming up here on the Reds.
Ask yourself now, are you ready?
The show is about to begin. Every pitch, every swing, every moment hits harder. And when these performers step up, the crowd loses its mind. Time to let these maestros of the diamond shine.
Outside corner, and it sure looked good from here. Looked like he split the outside corner with a curveball. He did not get the call from home plate umpire Adrian Walcott. And that's a blessing for the Reds, at least for the moment. The pitch inside. Looked like a sinker that Ashcraft tried to start inside and bring back over the plate. And he rolled over the top of it and just drove it down under the zone. It's a 2-2 count to Friedel. Nobody out. Hayes with a leadoff single at first base. Ashcraft back to the plate. He misses down and in. This time a breaking ball, and he pulled it well off the inside corner, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hayes can run a bit. You wonder if the Reds might put him in motion here to try to stay out of the double play. They do not. And that is ball 4. And Ashcraft has allowed the first 2 Reds to reach here in the third. Friedel down in the count quickly. And he was able to battle back and draw the base on ball. So a single by Brian Hayes. The walk to Friedel will bring the Reds 2, 3, and 4 batters to the plate with nobody out and runners on the base paths. Ashcraft to Marte, a swing and a miss, a good sinking fastball down and in. Marte had a pretty good run at it, but he was over the top of it. No ball, 1 strike count. Ashcraft again, another fastball in the same exact spot, 98, sinking right over the inside corner. Down, perfect pitcher's pitch. No ball, 2 strike count here to Noelvi Marte. The set from Ashcraft. He'll check second once, back to the plate. And this ball missed on a swing by Marte, and it was right down Broadway. 1 down. Basically 3 fastballs right at the bottom of the strike zone. Marte just over the top of that sinking heater. So here's Gavin Lux. He singled his first time up. Boy, would the Reds like to have that here. The pitch. Breaking ball, strike 1, right over the inside corner. A curveball from the right-hander. No ball, 1 strike count. Ashcraft checked second a couple of times, now a third. Back to the plate. Tapper foul. Slider right over the inside corner. And Lux kind of just smothered it at home plate. Lux will call timeout. No ball, 2 strike count. And we'll see what Ashcraft comes with here. He has been using the fastball, and he throws a curveball here, and it's a wicked one. Strike 3, a swing and a miss by Lux. And that's back-to-back hitters that Ashcraft just overmatched here with runners at first and second base. There's 2 down. So here's Spencer Steer. Steer tapped one off the end of the bat to the shortstop Gonzalez the first time around. And he'll take that pitch down and away. A fastball off the outside corner. 1 ball, no strike count. That 2-seamer from Ashcraft that he throws down and away to these right-handed batters. He's pronating a little too soon. He's driving it straight into the ground. Here's the 1-0. And another pitch well off the outside corner, a breaking ball, and you can see Ashcraft, he just spun, turned his back to home plate in frustration. Asked for a new baseball. He has it in hand. But he's down 2-0 here to Spencer Steer. Reds with a chance to score the game's first run of the afternoon. The pitch. And it is a Tapper foul. It'll roll just down the third baseline. 97-mile-an-hour sinker right in on the knuckles of Steer. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count. Ashcraft back to the set and to the plate. Ground ball headed to third. Picked by Triolo. He'll step on the third base bag. Hayes is retired there. The Reds will strand 2. We are scoreless through 3 here at Great American Ballpark. Reds and Pirates. Tommy Thrall's coming.
Before he was feared on the field, Ronald Acuna Jr. was chasing wins on a different kind of field. For the Acuñas, El Béisbol was a story told in fastballs and late-night rematches. Every loading screen was a part of the strategy.
He makes the catch.
Smash de botones. Smash de jonrones. That's how La Bestia was born.
Customers, call now, book your appointment, swim this spring. ACR Gunite Pools and Spas.
Pirates come to bat here in the fourth inning. We are still scoreless at Great American Ballpark as the Reds try to bounce back after a couple of tough losses to begin this series. The first pitch to Brian Reynolds is in there for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 on Reynolds. Reynolds has the only Pirates hit so far, the 0-1. And he takes just a little bit upstairs. The outside corner. The count evens now at 1 ball, 1 strike. Boy, the Reds had a golden opportunity to get your first 2 men aboard, your 9-1 hitters, and then back-to-back strikeouts and a ground out to third. The Reds' offensive woes continue. Swing and a miss. Foul ball and 2 strikes on Reynolds. That is something that has somewhat consistently plagued this team throughout the course of the season. Just a little inconsistent in run-scoring opportunities. The pitch is a fastball off the inside corner.
Situational hitting in general.
Yep.
Whether it's moving runners, getting the ball into the outfield with a runner at third and less than 2 outs.
2-2 pitch. Swing, and that's tapped foul at the plate by Reynolds.
And those are things that any offense has to be able to accomplish when you're not hitting home runs in abundance. And the Reds don't do that. And then sometimes you're going to have those years. But you have to figure out a different way to play run-scoring baseball. If that means bunt, that means bunt. If it means hit and run, hit and run.
2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Reynolds swings and misses. Breaking ball down. And down on strikes, Brian Reynolds to begin the Reds for the Pirates' 4th inning. That is 7 strikeouts now for Nick Lodolo this afternoon.
He has definitely had the breaking ball working here on this afternoon. You kind of thought that might be the case. We were talking about that earlier with the humidity and the fact that the breaking ball was good early. He's kept it going.
Andrew McCutchen takes just a little bit low over the outside corner. Change up. The count's 1-0 on McCutchen. McCutchen flew out to left field his first time up. Lodolo delivers the 1-0. And McCutchen watches a changeup just miss a little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes. Reds fans score big for game day at Kroger, where you'll find lower prices on over 1,000 items so you can save even more. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Now Lodolo's 2-0 pitch to McCutchen. That's too far inside. A fastball just really missing off the inside edge. Didn't miss by a lot, but it was too far in. 3-0 on McCutchen. Lodolo in danger of issuing his first walk of the game. He surrendered just a couple of hits. 3-0 pitch is right in there for a called strike. What a career this guy's had. He's been an All-Star 5 times, an MVP, 4-time Silver Slugger Award winner. He's got a Gold Glove. 3-1 pitch. Swing, and McCutchen skies it high into the air. Medium depth center field. TJ Friedel just waits on it. He'll make the catch, and McCutchen's the second out here in the 4th inning. Now Tommy Pham comes to the plate for the 2nd time today. Pham's first at bat chopped one up the third baseline for an infield hit. Key Brian Hayes plays him back, and it was basically a swinging bunt that he pounded right into the ground. Pham hits this one on the ground, a little more firm toward short. Ellie moving to his left, gloves and throws in plenty of time. Pham's out, and that is a 1-2-3 4th inning.
Quick inning.
We go to the bottom of the 4th. Still no score. Reds and Pirates on the Reds Radio Network.
Baseball season is hitting the home stretch.
before he was feared on the field, Ronald Acuña Jr. was chasing wins on a different kind of field. For the Acuñas, El Béisbol was a story told in fastballs and late-night rematches. Every loading screen was a part of the strategy.
He makes the catch.
Smash de botones. Smash de jonrones. That's how La Bestia was born.
You know, we like to stay on topic here, but Squirrel. What?
Where?
Squirrel.
Where?
Oh, no.
How about that? That went right up into the batter's eye, into the camera position. How about that?
Whoa, that one will fall into the White Sox dugout.
Well, it looks like he's still aggravated about being traded away. She's so excited she just threw it back. That was off the ledge, too. We can't get that down.
How do you get out, though? That's the problem. There's no exit.
Hi, this is Jeff Brantley. You're listening to 700 WLW, the home of the Cincinnati Reds.
The Reds come to bat here in the fourth inning. It'll be Ellie De La Cruz, Miguel Andujar, and Will Benson. If anybody gets on, Jose Trevino against Braxton Ashcraft here in inning number 4. The Reds have 3 hits so far against Ashcraft. They had their first 2 men aboard in the 3rd inning. Came up empty. Reds have had base runners in each of the first 3. Yet to dent the plate. Ellie grounded to the second baseman his first time up. Ashcraft turns it loose. First pitch misses high and wide for ball 1. 1-0 on Ellie. If you're listening today on your car or truck radio, please remember to buckle your safety belt. This message brought to you by the Ohio Department of Public Safety. If you're not buckled up, what's holding you back? Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt over the inside corner. Ellie's swinging the sword up there.
It's a pretty good hook right there, partner.
Both of these pitchers have it working today, don't they?
They do.
The 1-1. Swinging a foul at the plate. Fastball. So he comes with a curveball that the bottom falls out of it, dives straight down, and then
fastball
elevates
right over the top of it.
Ball on his hands. I mean,
well, when you have a day like this where there's a lot of moisture in the air, that fastball will hold its line at the top of the zone. And the curveball, as I was mentioning earlier, you're going to get some great spin anytime you have moisture in the air.
A little warning from Quinn Wolcott out to Braxton Ashcraft not to quick pitch Ellie. Had to make sure he waited till Ellie was alert. The 1-2. Swung on, fouled away, left side.
Well, Ashcraft has done this from pitch number 1. He likes to get the ball and get started.
We're okay with that, just not too quick. Now Ashcraft's 1-2 pitch to De La Cruz. Again, high and outside. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. You can always tell the really intense competitors, because when the umpire goes out to say, hey, that's just a warning, they get a little case of the goo.
A little unhappy.
Yeah, they do. 2 balls, 2 strikes on De La Cruz. And now the catcher, Joey Bart, wants to go out and talk with Ashcraft. I think he's sensing that Ashcraft is a little unnerved right now, so he's just trying to settle him down right now. And the umpire's not really trying to do anything. It's his job to give you the warning.
Yeah, it's okay to pitch with an edge. That's what you want. The problem where that comes in that intensity level is when you let it get out of hand. Instead of channeling it to the plate, it starts to expand and affect your control.
Ashcraft this time taking a lot of time between pitches, and now he goes home with the 2-2. Swinging a breaking ball, fouled back. Hung that one a little bit in the heart of the plate, and he got away with it. Ellie fights it off. The 2-2. Low and inside. That time a slider missed down and into De La Cruz, and now he's worked it full, 3-2. Ellie has hit safely in 5 straight. His OPS is up over 1,000 since being moved out of the 3-hole. Payoff pitch. De La Cruz bounces it foul, third base side. It's really a shame that The Reds have lost the first 2 games of this series, and the standings element is part of that, but the other part is Ellie really took over the game in the first game of the series. He had a 3-for-3 day, was on base all 4 times, including a home run, a 2-run shot. 3-2 pitch, Ellie swings and taps this foul first base side. But then yesterday, it was Tyler Stevenson. And when you say take over a game, Tyler Stevenson took over the game yesterday. Had the big, clutch, game-tying home run in the bottom of the 9th inning to even things at 2. Just missed a home run earlier in the game. He was 4 for 5 yesterday. Those are 2 really standout performances. And unfortunately, they came in losses. Ellie swings and skies a pop-up over toward the third base bag. Jared Triolo, almost right on top of the third base bag, makes the catch. And Ellie's the first out here in the 4th inning.
Yeah, those are the kind of games that you're hoping that when you have those big hit ball games that you carry somebody's on base when you hit them.
Yep. Ellie hit his with 1 man on. Tyler hit his with nobody on. Miguel Andujar fouls it straight back. Strike 1 to Andujar. Andujar singled in the 2nd inning. No score, bottom of the 4th inning. Base is empty with 1 out.
Reds have hits in all 3 of these first 3 innings, but they've just not had anything besides that.
Well, 1 is down too low. Let's look at the answer to our trivia question today. Since 1970, 3 Reds players have led the National League in doubles in a season. Pete Rose, who led the NL in doubles 4 times in his Reds career, is one of them. The pitch is down low and check swing, and Duhar didn't go. Count moves in his favor, 2 balls and a strike. Dave Parker paced the National League. He had 42 doubles in his near MVP season in 1985. Who is the 3rd player to lead the National League in doubles? Swinging a foul back. Coming for you again, this time just underneath you. A. Barry Larkin. B. Chris Sabo. C. Joey Votto. Since 1970, who is the 3rd Red, in addition to Pete Rose and Dave Parker? Larkin, Sabo, or Votto? I said Votto, you said Sabo. Either one of us picked the guy 2 doors down. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, strike 3 called.
Good one.
Just filthy.
Well, that one buckled him a little bit.
Dropped it in right at the very top of the zone. 4th strikeout for Braxton Ashcraft, and there are 2 gone here in the 4th inning. And now Will Benson's the batter. You want to stay with Sabo?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to stick with Votto. A little reluctant, might add. Hey, the answer is C, Joey Votto.
Hey, baby.
How about that? Pitch to Benson. Swing and a miss. A curveball right in there for a called strike. Votto became the 3rd Reds player to lead the National League in doubles since 1970. He topped the National League with 40 doubles in 2011. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Curveball down and in. And Benson's behind the count 0-2. Cubs were able to get Ashcraft a couple starts ago. PNC Park to the tune of 3 runs. They got 6 hits off of him. The Reds have 3 hits, but haven't been able to dent the plate so far against Ashcraft in 3 2/3 innings. And now the 0-2 pitch to Will Benson. Swinging a line drive, base hit into left field. So another base runner aboard for the Reds. Benson with a solid single to left on an 0-2 fastball down the heart of the plate. That was about belt high to Benson. And he swats it out to left field.
But if you try to pull that ball, it's just a pop-up. He stayed inside of it and just cut it the other way. And maybe that's the approach that the Reds should have against this hard thrower that they don't know a whole lot about.
Ashcraft throws in the dirt outside. Ball 1 to Jose Trevino. Ashcraft went 3 1/3 innings against the Reds. They did get a run against him on 3 hits. In the game, the Reds won 2-1 in Pittsburgh back on August the 9th. Ashcraft's 1-0 pitch. Swinging, and Trevino taps it foul over to the Pirates dugout. But today, the Reds have scattered their 4 hits. Just haven't been able to bunch them together yet. Vincent leads off the bag at first base. 1 ball, 1 strike on Trevino. And a breaking ball dives low. Boy, you'd love to see maybe a 2-out double into a corner here. Jose Trevino. Maybe go with the pitch the other way, slap one into the right field corner, and watch Benson just race around the bases. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Slider down and away, and Trevino took a huge cut, came up empty, and now it's 2-2. Trevino went the other way his first time up and grounded second. Similar spot. He had a runner at first base in the second inning and 2 outs when he was up. Benson off the bag at first base, and Ashcraft's 2-2 pitch to Trevino. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Slider away. Trevino's down on strikes. Inning is over, and we go to the 5th. Still no score. Reds and Pirates on the Reds Radio Network.
I'm Dr. Heidi Murley, President and CEO.
Ask yourself now, are you ready?
The show is about to begin. Every pitch, every swing, every moment hits harder. And when these performers step up, the crowd loses its mind. Time to let these maestros of the diamond shine.
If you were to find a jersey, or if you swap a jersey, one of the players on the National League, who would it be? Who would you pick?
Okay, so I got an Ohtani jersey last year, so
Nice.
I'm gonna probably say Harper.
Maybe Judge. He's one of the greatest to play the game in the last 5, 6, 7 years, so it'd be cool to have his jersey. Ellie's been fun to watch. Yeah, Ellie'd be a cool one. I mean, his jersey would probably be too big for me. It'd probably go down to my knees.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Pirates come to bat against Nick Lodolo here in the top of inning number 5. Still scoreless. Well, we had some great pitching last night. Rinse and repeat. More good pitching so far in this ball game this afternoon. So far, Lodolo, if you can say dueling shutouts, has out-dueled Braxton Ashcraft. Ashcraft has 7 strikeouts and has allowed just 2 hits. The Reds have 4 hits, but Ashcraft has struck out 5 Reds. 5th inning, Joey Bart leads it off, bottom half of the Pirates order. Lodolo's first pitch to Bart, check swing, and Bart couldn't hold up. He went around on a good breaking ball, and the count is 0-1. Bart struck out his first time up, 0 for 1 today. Lodolo with 7 strikeouts, and it's 7 different batters that he has struck out. The 0-1. Bart takes a strike. Another curveball right at the knees. Boy, he's had that working today. Cowboy, you were all over it early on. It is a good curveball throwing kind of day, isn't it?
It is. And it's for both pitchers.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, got him looking. Froze him with a fastball right at the top of the zone. That is 8 for Nick Lodolo.
Just when I think I'm going to look for that curveball, here comes the paralyzer.
It's pause for ID on the Reds Radio Network.
This afternoon, shower chances will continue with a high of 77. Tonight, partly cloudy with a slight chance of showers, a low of 57, and mostly sunny with a high of 79 for tomorrow. That's your forecast at the home of the Reds, News Radio 700 WLW Cincinnati.
First pitch to Alexander Canario. He starts with a changeup, and it fades down and away.
You start striking guys out, they get real aggressive.
Canario down 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up, same spot, same result. 0-2.
And the reason hitters get aggressive when you're striking out an abundance is because they want to put the ball in play on the first pitch you throw, so they're not another strikeout victim.
And Lodolo is making a habit of throwing first pitch strikes. 16 batters, 13 first pitch strikes so far for Lodolo. Pretty good recipe right there. Now the lefty's 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got him with a fastball up and away. Never threw him a pitch in the zone. Started with 2 changeups down and away. Got him with a fastball up and away. And Canario U-turns back to the dugout. 9 strikeouts for Lodolo. Now Rafael Flores. Lodolo trying to strike out the side here in the 5th. He struck out Bart, Canario, and Flores after the leadoff single in the 2nd. Swing and a miss. First pitch curveball. Almost hit the back foot of Rafael Flores. It's 0-1.
I don't want to strike out again. I'm going to get this first one. Oh, it's in the dirt. Let's see if I can get it on the hop here. Only one guy can do that. He's retired. Vladimir Guerrero, the daddy.
Think Junior could do it?
I didn't see him do it.
0-1. Swing and a miss. Backdoor curveball. Now that's a strike whether he swung or not.
I saw the other guy do it.
That was right on the outside corner. Great spot. 0-2.
They got Flores with a slider down and in the first go-round.
Lodolo trying for an immaculate inning here in the 5th. The 0-2 pitch. And a breaking ball down and in. And Flores lays off, and it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Struck out the first 2 on 3 pitches. He had Flores down 0-2.
Well, he's made him stop, throw him that high heater.
The 1-2 pitch. Swinging a foul back.
He did. Nice swing there by Flores, fighting it off.
One ball, 2 strikes. Nobody on, 2 men are out. 0-0. 5th inning. Lodolo to the plate. Swing and a foul back. So I'll try it again.
Well, you can see Trevino really trying to get up under the backside of Flores, trying to get Lodolo to get that ball close to him. Both of those fastballs have been elevated.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Got him with the curveball, and Lodolo strikes out the side in the 5th. He is punched out 10 through 5. We go to the bottom of the 5th, halftime at Great American Ballpark. No score, Reds and Pirates on the Reds Radio Network.
Ask yourself now, are you ready?
The show is about to begin. Every pitch, every swing, every moment hits harder. And when these performers step up, the crowd loses its mind. Time to let these maestros of the diamond shine.
This is a good one right here. The Padres. Little pinstripe unis. We would wear these every Thursday. When I kept it, I wanted to keep it all dirty. I always felt like if you didn't get dirty in a baseball game, you kind of didn't really play that day. So I had my pine tar there, a little dirt in the front side of it, but the brown and orange, really cool cleats. All the fans really enjoyed it as much as the players did.
Don't live in fear. Toph is here.
After the game, Eddie and Rocky let you have your say on 700 WLW.
Ke'Bryan Hayes stands in, leading off the bottom of the 5th inning. It's brought to you by Boone County Bourbon. Visit the gift shop for distillery-only limited releases and tours. Also book your next event, wedding, meeting, or party at the event center. Boone County Bourbon. First pitch to Ke'Bryan Hayes. Slider that missed for ball 1. Right back in there with a fastball for a called strike. And it's 1-1 on Ke'Bryan Hayes. The pitch. And now he drops in a curveball. Started it high, dropped it in at the top of the zone over the inside corner for a called strike. It is 1-2 on Ke'Bryan Hayes. Doesn't matter who you watch today, whether you watch Braxton Ashcraft or Nick Lodolo. It's a masterclass on pitching. 1-2. Swinging a soft roller up the middle. Backhanded by York behind the bag. Long throw to first, and he pulls the first baseman Flores off the bag. Hayes reaches safely. Probably an infield hit for Ke'Bryan Hayes. And that's back-to-back at-bats now that Hayes has led off an inning with a hit.
Today's Toyota Tundra Home Run Challenge contestant, that would be Tyler Sowers from Batavia, Ohio. And if a home run hit by a Reds player during today's game hits the Toyota hit and win sign, that's located out in right center field. Well, Tyler, you'll win a brand new built-in the USA 2025 Tundra, all courtesy of your Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky Toyota dealers.
TJ Friedel rips one to right center field. It's deep. It's back. It is going to one-hop the wall. Hayes being waved around third. Here's the relay to the plate. The throw, close, safe. Hayes just got his hand in ahead of the tag from Bart.
They're going to challenge this.
A perfect relay throw from Gonzalez. And I got to believe the Pirates are going to take a look at it. And they will. I thought at the time Hayes was out, they called him safe. You can't handle a relay any better than what the Pirates did right there.
Challenging the safe call at home plate.
Canario short-hopped Gonzalez, but then the throw to the plate. The tag was on the shoulder of Hayes. The question is, did he get the hand in there?
Yeah, I thought Gonzalez did a phenomenal job of handling the bounce. I don't know. That's going to be tough. That's close.
It's so hard to see because there's so much dirt flying, plus the chalk mixed in with the dirt. It's just it's a little tough to see. And you got to slow it down frame by frame. I think he might have the fingertips on the plate, but I can't tell one way or the other. And if that's the case, and they feel the same way in New York, the call would stand.
Yeah, that's you can't really tell. There was so much dust and dirt flying into the air, but it looked like, now I don't know this for sure, but it looked like Ke'Bryan Hayes kind of injured his left shoulder a little bit because he came up with his left arm really tight to the body as he walked to the dugout.
Well, there's Will Benson on the top rail of the dugout waving his arms out saying safe.
But what I was saying about Nick Gonzalez, the shortstop for the Pirates, he had to take a short hop. It was not a good throw from Canario. It was a short hop. Not only was he able to pick it, he turned and got rid of it in a hurry. A perfect one-hop bounce to the catcher.
And Joey Bart handled that hop perfectly as well. It was a nice hop.
Yeah, it was a nice long hop. But when you have to take a short hop from an outfielder and turn and fire to the plate, that is a tough play, and Gonzalez handled it flawlessly.
So right now it's a run for the Reds, and it's 1-0. Question is, will the call stand? They are taking a long time to look at it in New York.
And I'm sure they will, because that's a tough ball.
And it's a huge play in what has already been a very tight series. The Reds have never led in this series. They're trying to take their first lead in the series today. Here we go.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out. This judge will retain his out.
Ooh. Well, that's a heartbreaker.
Well, I thought he was out originally.
I did too.
And then when I look back at the replay, it was much closer.
Cowboy, I think that might have been Nick York on that throw.
What's that?
I think that might have been Nick York on that throw. So I think it'll go 8-4-2.
Well,
either way, great throw.
And a great job on the pick by York.
Breaking ball to Marte is down and away. I thought watching it live that it was Gonzalez. It was actually York. 1-0 the count on Noelvi Marte. Friedel's at second base, one out. Marte swings and fouls it over by the Pirate on deck circle.
Well, that ball hit by T.J. Friedel is by far the best hit that the Reds have had here in this ball game. I mean, that was a ringing double straight off the bat. I thought for a moment it was going to bounce over the wall out there in right center.
The 1-1. And it's just a little bit too high on a breaking ball. And you can't really blame J.R. House for that sin there because it's been so hard to get anything going offensively against Braxton Ashcraft. You have an opportunity, and they had to handle it perfectly, and they did. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch to Marte. There's a bullet, pass short. That's into left center for a hit. Friedel up to third base. He's being waved around. Here's the relay to the plate. This time it is Gonzalez, and the throw gets away. On to second base, Marte, and now the Reds take a 1-0 lead.
Well, that ball was stung by Marte.
A missile past the shortstop, Gonzalez. I wasn't sure they were going to send Friedel because he had to take
he went back towards second base.
But J.R. House waved him around, and then the throw from Gonzalez was terrible.
Tried to rush it a little bit.
And he bounced it right on by Joey Bart. The Reds have scored 1 here in the 5th inning. And they have Marte down at second base, who moves into second base on the errant throw to the plate.
3 consecutive hits for the Reds to open this 5th inning. The only out that the Pirates have at the moment was the play at the plate.
They will assess Nick Gonzalez an error on the throw, allowing Marte to go to second.
Cash in your opportunities when you can. We saw the Pirates do that in game 1. They scored 4 runs in the top of the 2nd inning and made it hold up.
After a visit from Oscar Marine, Ashcraft back to work. The pitch to Gonzalez, a curveball that hangs high and outside. 1-0 on Gavin Lux. Big hole on the left side if Lux can punch one the other way.
Ashcraft starting to overthrow a little bit here.
1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 Reds in the 5th. Ashcraft sets ready. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. The curveball down and in. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Boy, that kind of gives you an idea when he gets on the curveball, how good it is when you see how ugly the swings are against it. Now the 1-1. Swing, and there's a ground ball through the right side, base hit. Marte around third. He's headed home. The throw from Reynolds is cut off. 2-0 Reds. Gavin Lux with an RBI single to right.
4 hits in a row to open this 5th inning. Reds are playing off that momentum big time right now.
And that's going to be it for Braxton Ashcraft. Don Kelly on his way to the mound. Pitching change made here in the 5th. Runner at first. Still only 1 out. Ashcraft got an out. He didn't retire a batter here in the 5th inning. His defense got him the lone out of the inning. So a pitching change made in the 5th. Reds 2, Pirates nothing. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back on the Reds Radio Network.
Attending to our mental health is important for everyone, even professional athletes.
Sometimes your calling doesn't shout. It hums. Like a lullaby floating through a warm night in San Pedro. Before he could walk, El Niño had already taken his first step toward greatness. For Fernando Tatis Jr., baseball wasn't just in the house because Papa was a pro pelotero. It hung over his cradle like a promise. Desde la cuna, El Niño ya tenía swing.
Nicholas out of the bullpen for the Pirates, 1-2 with a 5.09 ERA. This is his 30th appearance. 35 in the third innings pitched. He walks a lot. He does not strike out many.
Runner on at first base. 1 out in the inning. 2 runs home. 2-0 Reds. The first pitch on the way. Steer fouls it back. Right off your window. I guess they're shattered.
Just got to make it through this game.
They're coming for you.
Man, the last 2 nights, peppering all over me.
0-1 on Steer. You've had one just below you, one just, and I mean just to your left. That one just above you. 0-1 on Steer, the pitch. That is right down the middle, a fastball at 100 for a strike. 4 straight hits for the Reds here in the 5th inning. Hadn't been able to do much against Ashcraft in the first 4. But here in the 5th, they've put up 2. Right-hander sets. He throws. And Steer takes a breaking ball in the dirt outside. 1-2. Let's take a look at today's scoreboard stumper. 5 active players who have played for the Reds in their career have collected 1,000 or more major league hits. Who are they?
Barry Larkin.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing, there's a fly ball, well hit, deep right center field. Canario's on the run, on the track by the 370 sign. He waves off Reynolds and makes the catch. And that is the first out, or the second out rather, here in the 5th inning. First batter retired.
Didn't quite get enough of it. Hit it well.
That'll bring up Ellie De La Cruz.
Joey Votto.
Strike 1, strike 2. 5 active. It's active.
Oh, active.
So we'll restart it for you. We won't consider those strikes. 5 active players who have played for the Reds in their career have collected 1,000 or more major league hits. Ellie De La Cruz standing in, runner at first, 2 outs. The pitch. Ellie takes over to low for ball 1. Lutz off first. The 1-0. And De La Cruz takes a fastball. Called a ball just off the inside corner at the knees. Ground out to second. A pop out to third.
So they can get 1,000. They can get their hits with anybody.
Oh, yeah. Correct. That's in there for a strike to De La Cruz.
What about Gino Suarez?
How about Gino? There's 1. You're on the board. 1,431 hits.
What about Nick Castellanos?
Nick Castellanos. 2-1. Strike. Castellanos has the most on this list. 1,741. That was a good pitch. 100 on the inside corner at the knees. And it is a 2-ball, 2-strike count on De La Cruz. Nicholas readies. He throws. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got him with a curveball in. De La Cruz down on strikes. Good round for the Reds. They play 2 here in the 5th inning. It is 2-0 as we head to the 6th on the Reds Radio Network.
Marty. Sometimes your calling doesn't shout. It hums. Like a lullaby floating through a warm night in San Pedro. Before he could walk, El Niño had already taken his first step toward greatness. For Fernando Tatis Jr., baseball wasn't just in the house because Papa was a pro pelotero. It hung over his cradle like a promise. Desde la cuna, el niño ya tenía swing.
ACR He is on some kind of a roll right now. He is retired 12 in a row, going back to Pham's leadoff single in the second inning. His first pitch to Nick York is up and away for ball one, and the count is 1-0. Lodolo has struck out 10 so far in this game. And Lodolo has joined some pretty rare air. A 1-0 pitch to Nick York. And it's a changeup down too low. This is Lodolo's 7th career double-digit strikeout game, which ties him with Don Gullett for third most by a Reds left-hander since the mound has been moved back to its current spot back in 1893. Fouled back. How about that? Third most since 1893. Reds Hall of Famers Johnny Vandermeer and Joe Nuxall are the others. Here's the 2-1, up and away. Nuxall had 10 such games. Johnny Vandermeer had 16 double-digit strikeout games. Lefty. 3 balls, 1 strike on York. Lodolo fires. And York takes just off the outside corner fastball. This is away, and Lodolo walks York to begin the Pirates' 6th inning. Back to the top of the order now. That'll be Jared Triolo. 1 on and nobody out. Lodolo eyes down the runner at first, throws. It's a high hopper to Key Brian Hayes at third. To second one, Lux to first, not in time. And only get the 1. It'll be a fielder's choice, 5-4. York out at second.
Looked like the throw was towards the left field side of the second base bag.
Yeah, that little reach by Lux, just enough to kind of take away his momentum on the throw. Nick Gonzalez was flied to right and struck out as he bats with a runner on at first and 1 out. Backdoor breaking ball dives low.
Is one of your favorite players on this list?
No, I don't think so. Trying to think of who you're thinking of. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The one you say every day is like your favorite player.
Former Cardinal? No, absolutely not. No, he's not.
I'm having a little trouble.
You're being a little sarcastic now, aren't you? Okay. All right. I thought you were. Swing and a miss. That's
Have you ever known me to be any other way?
Right. Correct. No, he's not a center fielder. You have one guy that was here for like a second, and he's barely over 1,000 hits. 1-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. That's 11.
Drop that hook on him again.
Second time that Nick Gonzalez has been a strikeout victim. And that means free pizza. Starting tomorrow, every fan with a ticket from the game can enter their Reds ticket code located there on your ticket at larosas.com/Reds and get a coupon code for a free small 1-topping pizza thanks to our good friends at La Rosa's. 11 and counting. 2 outs in the 6th. Lodolo's pitch to Reynolds. Ground ball. Diving stop at first here. To his feet. Takes it himself. 3 unassisted. Another scoreless inning in the book for Nick Lodolo. 2-0 Reds. Middle of the 6th on the Reds Radio Network.
Hey Reds fans, if you need tickets, there's only one place to go. Tickets for Less. With no service fees and transparent pricing.
Ask yourself now, are you ready?
The show is about to begin. Every pitch, Every swing, every moment hits harder. And when these performers step up, the crowd loses its mind. Time to let these maestros of the diamond shine.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it, but as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
Oppo Taco.
I'm gonna guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a
home run to the opposite field.
Yeah.
You got it.
This is a good one. A hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack. Someone that's just nailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
Game day favorites since 1905. If you're at the ballpark or watching from home, top off your hot dog, burger, or brat with Wilbur's mustard.
The Bearcats begin Big 12 play squaring off with the Jayhawks. Catch the call live Saturday at 11 a.m. on 700 WLW.
Right-hander Kyle Nicholas back to work for the Pirates here in the 6th inning. Reds are up 2-0. And the first pitch to Miguel Andujar is skied high into the air. Back behind home, it'll reach the seats. Strike one on Miguel Andujar. Putting a bow on today's scoreboard stump of the 5 active players who have played for the Reds in their career. Also collected 1,000 or more major league hits are, you got Nick Castellanos, Eugenio Suarez, Ahmed Rosario. I don't know how you got Ahmed Rosario, but you did. He was briefly with the Reds last year. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball down and away. Tommy Pham of the Pirates now. And Jose Iglesias, 1,211 hits. He was with the Reds in 2019. There's your list.
I don't think I would have gotten Pham and Iglesias.
The 1-1, swing and a miss. And that was an ugly swing. We don't see him.
I know both have been around a long time.
Right.
But
well, I felt like Iglesias is just like an automatic 300 hitter there for about a 5 or 6 year stretch. The 1-2. Andujar grounds it left side base hit. How about that?
He loves that hole.
I mean, the swing before, he spun himself all the way around. Kind of one-handed, the bat just kind of flailing. An ugly swing, and now he just takes a nice, easy swing and almost guides it. Pushes it through the left side of the infield. I like watching that guy hit. Leadoff single for Andujar to begin the Reds' 6th, and now Will Benson. Pitch to Benson, swinging a foul back, and the count is quickly 0-1. Benson hit the ball hard his last time up. Sharp single into left field. Flew out to center field his first time up. That was also to left center. Nicholas home with the 0-1, swing and a miss. Count is 0-2 now on Will Benson. Calls time, bends down, makes a cross in the dirt with the handle of his bat, grabs a handful of dirt, tosses it aside, and now back in there. Off the bag at first, Andujar. Now the 0-2 pitch. Benson takes strike 3 called. Fastball over the inside corner at the knees at 100. Pretty good pitch there to Will Benson. He strikes out for the first out here in the 6th inning. Get that great taste of the ballpark at home with JTM's Philly Kits and Fat Tire beer, cheese, and pretzels. Find these game day favorites in your grocer's freezer. JTM Food Group. Let's create great dishes together. The pitch to Jose Trevino is cut on and missed. A slider down, and the count is 0-1. So you're kind of excited about the challenge system next year.
I am.
The 0-1 pitch to Trevino, swinging a bouncing ball foul, third base side. I think fans are really going to like it.
I just think that whether you're a pitcher or a hitter, because of the human nature and the human element of seeing a pitch and calling it, we know that every once in a while an umpire is going to miss a call. They don't miss many, but every once in a while they are. So it gives you an opportunity to
swing and a miss and a breaking ball in the dirt, down on strikes. Trevino, 2 gone.
Basically where you get an opportunity to challenge in a crucial spot. And I think that's only fair.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely times where like, wow, I wish they could take a look at that. But the concern, I guess the concern I have, I liked it in spring training. I'll be the first to admit I'm not a huge fan of this. I'll also say that. But I thought it went well in spring training. Pitch to Ke'Bryan Hayes, swung on and fouled back, strike 1. Some of the things I've heard in the minor leagues is that it has shrunk the strike zone. And that's one thing that I think baseball needs to be a little leery of, because if you shrink the strike zone,
a whole lot of walks.
Bingo.
And this be
you don't want to slow this game to a grinding halt. I think they've done a really nice job to pick up the pace of this game. The 0-1 pitch to Ke'Bryan Hayes, down and away. We still see a lot of strikeouts in the game, but there's also a lot of athleticism in the game. We're seeing a lot of exciting plays, which they wanted to reintroduce into the game.
And I think that's the line that Major League Baseball is looking at. Bring the ball back over the plate more consistently, hoping that brings more offense, because that's exciting. The people like to see that when they come to the ballpark. They want to see some action.
Swing and a miss and a slider down, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes on Ke'Bryan Hayes.
Now, being a former pitcher, I think strikeouts and sending guys back to the dugout, that's the best action that you could ask for. But I don't know that that's exactly what fans are wanting. They want to see the ball put in play. They want to see diving plays. They want to see great plays. And the only way you can do that is to force the ball into action and into play.
Breaking ball, down and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
But also, I like to see it, the calls being right.
Right.
Get them right.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Hayes, the pitch. And this ball's lifted high into the air, short right field. On comes Brian Reynolds. He'll make the catch, side retired. The Reds unable to cash in on the leadoff single in the 6th. We go back to Cowboy in the 7th. The Reds are up 2-0 on the Reds Radio Network.
Before he was feared on the field, Ronald Acuña Jr. was chasing wins on a different kind of field. For the Acuñas, El Béisbol was a story told in fastballs and late-night rematches. Every loading screen was a part of the strategy. Smash de botones. Smash de jonrones. That's how La Bestia was born.
WLW.
Nick Lodolo back to the hill. It is a 2-0 Reds lead. He will get Andrew McCutchen for the 3rd time this afternoon as we begin the 7th inning of play. Reds leading this one after 2 runs in the 5th inning. And Lodolo has been on his game. First pitch, swing and a miss. A fastball over the outside corner, and he just threw that one by McCutchen. No ball, 1 strike count. Lodolo quickly back on the mound. The rock back, the turn, the pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2. Tell you, when you're pounding the strike zone early with all of your pitches, as the game progresses, the opponent starts to get a little over aggressive. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball upstairs, and this time McCutchen lays off. Lodolo eyeballing Trevino. The lefty back to the dish. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. A slider down and in, and that has been the pitch du jour for Nick Lodolo here on this afternoon. One down.
And that ties his career high. Struck out 12 Phillies at Philadelphia back in 2023. Remember that game, April the 8th.
Lodolo to Tommy Pham. First pitch is a breaking ball. That's going to miss low. 1 ball, no strike count.
I actually remember that game well. He was striking out everybody.
Lodolo has struck out every batter in this Pirate lineup except for Tommy Pham, and now time is called. And time is called by the catcher, Jose Trevino, and he is out to the mound, trying to slow down the left-hander and make sure they are on the same page here against Lodolo, or against Tommy Pham for Lodolo.
Remember, Lodolo went the distance against the Nationals in D.C. back in July. It took him 105 pitches. He hasn't hit 100 pitches.
They're calling out. They're calling out. He's done.
Oh, boy.
And I don't know what it was on that pitch, but obviously Trevino noticed something. And Nick was saying, no, no, no. And Trevino just turned and looked to the dugout and waved him out. So we'll find out if Lodolo is going to stay in this ball game or if he is not. It's a 2-0 ball game. It's still a tight ball game. And Lodolo has been an absolute rock star, and they're going to take him out.
Wow.
As Derek Johnson is quickly heading back to the dugout and asking to get somebody loose.
Oh boy, this is unfortunate. I mean, he was as dominant as we've seen him.
Yeah, he's kind of limping a little bit. I don't know exactly what that is. Maybe it's a back spasm, or maybe he landed awkwardly. I didn't see anything from my perspective, but make no mistake about it, Jose Trevino saw it, and man, he was to the mound in a hurry. It's a 1 ball, no strike count on Tommy Pham, and it looks like Graham Ashcraft is going to take over. There was a breaking ball down and in. And Lodolo backed off the mound after the pitch. And it was something to do with his right leg. I don't know if it was a calf or maybe a knee. But the Reds are taking no chances. I mean, you still have to project what you're going to do in a playoff scenario, so you can't really force Lodolo any further if there's even the perception of there might be an injury that you could exacerbate by continuing to pitch in this ball game, especially now that he's gotten you into the 7th.
Now you'd like to think that you've got a 2-0 lead. Hopefully your bullpen can hang on now from this point forward. He's gotten you deep into the game, but man, you hope it's really nothing serious with Lodolo, and you still talk to the trainer, Tomas Vera, in there.
Well, we've got a Reds Wober's mustard pitching change. Wober's mustard, let's put some mustard on it. And that'll be Graham Ashcraft. Ashcraft will get all the time he needs, and we will pause as he gets loose. We'll be right back. 2-0 Reds here on the Reds Radio Network.
Success is often determined by how well you plan and prepare for life's biggest moments. It's the confidence that comes from knowing you and your loved ones are protected for generations. You can rest assured knowing you've made the right choice, placing your trust in Western and Southern. From life insurance to retirement and investments, Western and Southern helps provide the peace of mind you need so you can be in the moment with the ones you love. Visit westernsouthern.com/rest assured to get started today.
As a family-owned company and a top workplace in the region, JTM Food Group has been pioneering kettle-crafted culinary solutions for years. From tantalizing dips to mouth-watering sauces and more, we lead the pack in delivering high-quality, on-trend items to the entire food service industry. But it's not just about the food. It's about our commitment to doing things the JTM way, with passion, integrity, and a dedication to God and His people. Taste the difference today and learn more at jtmfoodgroup.com. JTM, let's create great dishes together.
At Cincinnati Children's, we're more than a hospital. We're your...
Graham Ashcraft, he is ready in a hurry, and his first pitch to Tommy Pham is a fastball downstairs, and it's a 2-ball, no-strike count. Ashcraft taking over for Lodolo. You can only assume that was a lower extremity injury for Lodolo on his right leg. We don't know what that is. That pitch misses inside. It's a 3-ball, no-strike count. 2-0 Reds, 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Strike over the outside corner. Bullseye right down around the bottom of the kneecaps. 3-1 now to Pham. Joey Bart waiting on deck. The pitch. Ground ball headed to third. The vacuum cleaner, Ke'Bryan Hayes. He's got it. He'll make the play easily. 2 down.
That was even a little bit tricky because it hit the lip of the grass. But he waited back for it.
I'm not sure that there's a whole lot that actually bothers Ke'Bryan Hayes on the defensive front at third base. Add into the fact that he has 2 hits today, I would say he's feeling pretty good.
I would imagine.
Here's Bart. Fouls off the first pitch into the upper deck behind the Reds dugout. He was quite late on that one.
He's probably got a little extra pep in his step now that he's put that 0 for 24 behind him, I would imagine.
Ashcraft from the stretch to the plate. Breaking ball, check swing, did not go, says first base umpire Edwin Jimenez. It was a slider well off the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike count here to Joey Bart. As Ashcraft tries to garner the 3rd out of the inning. Swing and a miss. Right over the outside edge. Big slider. And Bart just way over the top of it. 1 ball, 2 strike count. 2 down in the inning. Ashcraft trying to finish it up. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. 3 strikeouts on the day for Joey Bart as Ashcraft puts him in the books. 2-0 Reds, bottom of 7, coming up on the Reds Radio Network.
Cincinnati tradition almost as long as Reds baseball. For more than 130 years, Conn's hot dogs have been an important part of so many special memories. From grilling out with family and friends to settling in at the stadium for a Reds game. It's no wonder the Conn's brand is the official hot dog of the Cincinnati Reds. So pick up a pack of Conn's hot dogs and all their quality meats at local stores throughout Reds country. And keep the tradition alive.
Tess joined the plus side and found her personalized insurance policy with AAA. They did all the work and found the coverage and price that worked for her, which means Tess has time to brave the world of trumpet playing. And then there's Kate, who decided to brave the world of insurance by herself.
Please hold.
On the plus side, get more from insurance with AAA. Go to AAA.com/insurance. Product options may vary by state and participant. Visit AAA.com/details for more information.
Step up to the plate with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the Cincinnati Reds. With BetMGM's state-of-the-art app, you'll have everything you need all season long, including the best parlay selection tools, live betting, and special offers for Reds fans. Download the BetMGM app today. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years of age or older to wager. Ohio only. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with MGM Northfield Park.
CVG Airport hits it out of the park. With more than 50 nonstop destinations, CVG will get you from the dugout to your destination in no time. Fly to Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, Washington, D.C., and more. Book your flights now at CVGAirport.com.
The Bengals battle the Broncos. Coverage starts Monday at 3 p.m. on 700 WLW.
Reds leading 2-0 over the Pirates here in the final game of this 3-game series. Reds trying to get a victory here in this series. The Pirates won the first 2 ball games. 4-2 in game 1, 4-3 and 11 in last night's affair. And you may very well see Ashcraft go back out for the 8th. He did not throw too many pitches there in the 7th. T.J. Friedel to lead things off here against Carmen Majinski.
There it is.
I don't know how you get Majinski out of that, but, you know, it is what it is. Breaking ball misses inside. A 1-ball, no strike count. I mean, the thing spelled M-L-O-D. That's the first 4 letters of his name. That doesn't sound like a Majin. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So that's just where I'm at.
Common spelling.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Friedel readies. Backdoor breaking ball misses off the outside corner. And it's a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Majinski has got some electric stuff. He has been a starter for the most part, working out of the bullpen now. To the plate, ground ball back up the middle. That's a base hit. Friedel with his 2nd hit of the afternoon, on board for the 3rd time. A leadoff single, and here's Noelvi Marte. Marte with a big RBI single his last time up after striking out in his first 2 at-bats. One for 3 on the afternoon. Trying to make it a 2nd hit and a 2nd chance to maybe drive home a run if he can find a gap. Strike 1 over the outside corner. Reds have 10 hits on the board. But boy, you'd sure like to see some insurance runs here late. A chance here. Way inside. A curveball that came out of the hand of Majinski early. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Lux waits on deck. Friedel with a short lead at first. Now the pitch. Down and away. 96-mile-an-hour sinker off the outside corner. And pitchers have a tendency to do that when they're throwing a 2-seamer, a right-hander against a right-handed batter, and you pull that ball away and you roll over the top of it too soon. It just drives it in the ground. Foul to the right side, out of play. 97-mile-an-hour 4-seamer on the outside edge. And that'll even things at 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Marte. Well, you're in a good spot in your order. Got your leadoff hitter aboard. Middle of your order coming to the plate. I mean, that's what you want. Ground ball left side. Gloved by the 3rd baseman. 5-4. 4-3, and just like that, 2 down. That is a double play. So that'll bring Gavin Lux to the plate with nobody aboard. Well, the Reds have hit into some double plays in this series.
Well, especially that first game. With the last 3 innings all ending in double plays.
Luck stands in. 2 for 3 on the afternoon. First pitch, curveball over the inside corner. No ball, 1 strike count. Lux readies. Majinski to the plate. A changeup into the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike count. The 1-1 pitch. Line drive caught by a diving first baseman, Rafael Flores. That was a nice play by the Pirates first baseman. And the inning is over. Reds lead 2-0. The final 2 frames coming up. And so is Tommy Thrall here on the Reds Radio Network.
Just like baseball requires teamwork and focus, driving through work zones requires your full attention. Whether you're on your way to the stadium or heading home after a great game, remember to stay alert, remove distractions, and obey traffic signs. Road workers are essential to improving our infrastructure, and respecting their safety is crucial. Visit OhioLECET.com for more on roadway safety. Brought to you by the Ohio Laborers Union and Lesset, proud sponsor of the Cincinnati Reds.
Beechmont Toyota is stocked with a wide selection of new vehicles. We've got great deals on Camrys, Tacomas, RAV4s, Highlanders, and Siennas. Plus, every new Toyota comes with a 2-year no-cost maintenance plan for added peace of mind. Shop online or visit Beechmont Toyota.
From playing catch in the front yard to backyard barbecues, your lawn is the backdrop to it all. That's why Pennington, as the official partner of the Cincinnati Reds field crew, is here to help you grow a lawn you can be proud of. With over 80 years of experience, Pennington knows what it takes to achieve big league results right at home. So whether you're entertaining or unwinding, you can trust Pennington Grass Seed, available at the Home Depot.
Reds fans, what if you didn't have to choose between the celebration and the memory? With even non-alcoholic cocktails, you get both. Bold taste, zero alcohol, so you can stay sharp, social, and in the moment. Whether you're catching the game or closing out the night, Even keeps the good times going. Proudly distributed by Topics, your hometown partner delivering today's top brands across the Cincinnati tri-state area. Big enough to deliver, local enough to care. Find Even at drinkeven.co or your favorite retailer.
Reds have made a Wolbers mustard pitching change. It goes to Tony Santillan before we introduce Santillan. Let's go down to the dugout and hear from Jim Day, an update on Nick Lodolo. What's up, Jimmy?
Well, Tommy, it appears to be a groin injury with Lodolo, and I hesitate to use the word injury, but it was a groin situation. Trevino noticed something, went out to the mound. We hope it's precautionary taking him out, but it appears to be a groin.
All right. Thanks for the update, Jim. Hopefully it's nothing major. Santillan's first pitch is taken too high for ball one to Spencer Horwitz. The count is 1-0. It is 2-0 in favor of the Reds as the Pirates bat here in the 8th inning. Bottom third of the order for Pittsburgh. Santillan delivers the 1-0 pitch. Popped up foul, back to the left. That's out of play. The count is even now at 1-1 strike.
Sounds like a groin injury on Lodolo. Not sure the severity.
Horwitz batting for Canario here. And Santillan takes a look at a strike. The count is 1-2 strikes now. Santillan back home, the 1-2 pitch. Buried in the dirt out in front of home plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It didn't look to be too serious the way he came off the mound.
No, and it could be just a fatigue issue. He's kind of across his body anyway, and he's really spinning on that front right foot, or right leg, I should say.
2-2. Swung on, hit in the air, foul down the left field line. That'll reach the seats and out of play.
Just have to hope it's more preventative than a major issue.
You got that right. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Horwitz. Swung on, and this ball's barreled to the right center field gap. That is down, and that is bouncing to the wall. Horwitz around first, and he's on his way into second base. That guy has something on the Reds. Horwitz yesterday was 3 for 5, had 3 RBIs. I mean, he was basically a one-man wrecking crew against the Reds. 2 of his 3 hits were doubles.
Well, every fastball that we have thrown him middle in, he has clobbered. Now, middle in being on the plate, he has clobbered.
Well, he's on with a leadoff double here in the 8th inning. Santillan to the plate to Jack Sawinski. And Sawinski, it's a two-hopper to the first baseman Steer. He'll give it up to the pitcher covering at the bag for the out. So Sawinski's out, 3-1. Sawinski batting for Flores here in this 8th inning. 1 out. Reds are up 2-0, but now the tying runs at the plate. Here's Nick York. I'm sure Santillan would like to try to get out of this inning with the lead at 2. He would love to keep that runner from scoring over at third base. Pirates looking to get just 1. They'd take 2. The pitch. York swings and misses, and a breaking ball down and away, and the count is 0-1. But you know, they're in a spot right now where they just want to cut into the lead. Get a run on the board, try to get a little momentum moving in their direction.
Well, we have seen York several times chase that slider off the outside edge, trying to go the other way.
See if he does it 2 more times. Instead, high hopper to Hayes at third. He will just go to first and get the out on York. He gets the sure out. The run will score. Horowitz is home from third, and the Reds' lead is 2-1. Let's pause for ID on the Reds Radio Network.
A suspect in custody related to a shooting in Walnut Hills, and a final decision on the fate of TikTok. Details after the game on the home of the Reds, News Radio 700 WLW Cincinnati.
Bases empty, 2 outs. Now Jared Triolo. Santillan delivers. The pitch to Triolo is a fastball on the outside corner, called strike, 0-1. Triolo's 0 for 3. He has struck out, grounded to first, and also hit into a fielder's choice. Santillan, a big breath. Now the 0-1. Swing, and that's fouled off the right side, back into the seats and out of play.
Now, if you're playing in a ball game where it's tied late, that play probably goes to the plate, and Ke'Bryan Hayes could have probably made that play to the plate. But at that point, the Reds were playing back, just trying to get an out, and that's exactly what Ke'Bryan Hayes did. You take the sure out with a 2-run lead.
0-2 pitch. Santillan misses a breaking ball down and away, and it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Triolo. One ball, 2 strikes. Santillan fires. Swing and a foul. Right side, twisting toward the seats and out of play. Still a ball and 2 strikes on Triolo. Well, the Reds not only trying to catch the Mets, but also hold off the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks are in action against the Dodgers. They have a matinee today in the desert. The Dodgers are out to an early 2-0 lead, and they've got the bases loaded right now in the second with only 1 out. Foul twisting back into the seats, right field line. Ball and 2 strikes on Triolo. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. Reds have 2 runs on 10 hits today. Run on just 3 hits for the Pirates. Santillan's pitch. Swinging again, a foul, right side. Nick Lodolo started for the Reds. Left with that groin injury. Hopefully it's more precautionary. It sounds like it's more precautionary than anything else. Doesn't necessarily sound like it's a true groin injury, more of an issue. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Santillan got him with a breaking ball. Triolo right over the top of it. He's down on strikes. The Pirates get a run back. It's now 2-1 Reds as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning here at Great American Ballpark on the Reds Radio Network.
Rally your team and move together for the kids counting on Cincinnati Children's. At Cincinnati Walks for Kids, every step fuels the life-changing, life-saving care we provide. Join us September 28th at Great American Ballpark with your coworkers, friends, or family to support the part of the hospital that matters most to you. Sign up today and use code REDS for 20% off at CincyWalks.org. That's CINCYWALKS.org.
Reds fans, now is the time to get your 2026 season tickets. Lock in the best seats, biggest savings, and members-only perks all year long. Choose a plan that fits your schedule and enjoy ultimate flexibility with our exchange program. Can't make a game? Swap it for another. Plus, season ticket members have guaranteed access to 2026 opening day, postseason, and more. Visit Reds.com/membership to catch all the Reds action at Great American Ballpark next season.
This is the Cowboy, Jeff Brantley, for my good friends at Grippo's. Grippo's has been a hometown favorite since 1919 and is the official chip of the Cincinnati Reds. The third, fourth, and fifth generations of the Grippo's family are committed to making the freshest, highest quality potato chips and snack foods you can eat. Grippo's is the original fun food company because they've been having fun satisfying your craving for snack food for over 106 years. So when somebody tells you to get a grip, you know what they mean. Get Grippo's.
For over 100 years, your USI insurance team has been protecting local businesses and employees. See how the right plan and the right partner can help protect your company's most valuable assets. USI, proud insurance broker of the Cincinnati Reds.
Scoop yourself a heaping helping of Tom Brenneman tomorrow at 5 a.m. on 700 WLW.
The Reds are up a run now, 2-1 in favor of the Redlegs. Spencer Steer bats, and the first pitch to Steer is in there for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Steer, De La Cruz, and Andujar due up against Carmen Majinski here in the 8th inning. The 0-1. Steer fouls it off the right side. Majinski, M-L-O-D-Z-I-N-S-K-I. Majinski. Just sounded out. The 0-2 pitch to Spencer Steer. In the dirt outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Steer looking for his first hit of the ball game. 0 for 3. It's twice hit into fielder's choices. Last time up, fly to center. The 1-2. Steer takes in the dirt. That'll level the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Freddie Freeman and Andy Pages with back-to-back home runs in that Dodgers-Diamondbacks game to get the Dodgers scoring started. They played it 2 more. It is 4-0 Dodgers. Heading to the bottom of the 2nd inning in Arizona. 2-2 to Steer. Swinging a bouncing ball to third. Up with it is Triolo. The peg to first. Little high, but first baseman able to go up and get it, keeping his toe on the bag for the out. And there's 1 away. That's Spencer Horwitz now at first base. Ellie De La Cruz stands in.
Yeah, Horwitz is at first. Jack Sawinski stays in the ball game. He's in center field.
Ellie swings and misses. Strike 1 to De La Cruz. And Emilio Pagan is throwing in the Reds bullpen. Ellie takes in the dirt. I'm laughing because Quinn Wolcott was bailing out of there before the pitch was done being received by the catcher. I mean,
hey, they don't want to get hit either.
It was started to the ground and he was out of there.
Ball hurts.
1 ball, 1 strike. Strike call to the outside corner, breaking ball. I just find it funny when an umpire's bailing out of there before the pitch is completed. 1-2 on De La Cruz. Majinski's 1-2 pitch. Just a little bit high on the inside corner. Mets and Cubs play tonight, so we'll be watching that game while we're up in Milwaukee, or maybe en route to Milwaukee. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ellie. The pitch. Swing and a foul over by the first base dugout. Might take away from watching my shows. The 2-2. Swinging a bouncing ball to first. It'll be handled behind the bag by the first baseman, Horwitz. He feeds to Majinski at the bag. Gets there to cover in time for the out. So that play goes 3-1.
Well, you can still watch your shows. You can just check on your app.
I could do that. I'll probably be watching the game, though. I think I'd rather watch the game than watch whatever it is I'm watching right now. I'm so into it, I can't even think of the name of the show. There's a few of them. The pitch to Miguel Andujar is a strike called on the outside corner at the knees.
I know I'm a little late to the party on this, but I'm watching Peaky Blinders, and it's very good.
Would I like that one?
It's good.
Okay. I
think you would like it.
The 0-1 to Andujar, down and away.
I know you normally like a lot of those shows that have singing and dancing, and this is not one of those.
Yeah. Yeah, you got me pegged. 1 ball, 1 strike on Andujar, the 1-1. Swinging a ground ball off the end of the bat to the shortstop. Gonzalez to his left, gloves throws in time. Side retired. We go to the 9th inning. Reds are out in order in the 8th. It's a 1-run lead. Reds trying to hold on. 2-1. Reds lead the Pirates on the Reds Radio Network.
Marty Brenneman here with Eric Fair of Richter & Phillips Jewelers. Eric, why is Richter & Phillips Cincinnati's go-to jeweler?
Marty, just like Reds baseball, getting engaged with the ring from Richter & Phillips is a Cincinnati tradition. With a century of experience in building relationships worldwide, it's been our pleasure to bring direct diamond access to Cincinnati. Richter & Phillips is now home to the city's largest selection of loose diamonds, and with no middleman markups, we can offer you top quality diamonds at the best prices in town.
Richter & Phillips Jewelers, Cincinnati's hometown jeweler.
As the official bank of the Cincinnati Reds, PNC knows that everyone gets excited about different parts of baseball. Some fans love home runs. PNC likes a well-executed sacrifice bunt. Others love sliding catches. PNC prefers pop-ups caught with 2 hands. But everyone loves getting discounts on tickets and merchandise with the Cincinnati Reds PNC Bank Visa debit card. Learn more at pnc.com/redscard. PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank. National Association member FDIC. Visa is a registered trademark of Visa International Service Association and used under license.
The walk-off homer. The double overtime win. The tourney-ending buzzer beater. Your team gives you so many reasons to grin, just like United Concordia Dental. We offer group dental benefits connecting oral health and overall health for smiles that stretch from ear to ear and head to toe. Discover how at grinwithucd.com. Grin from within. United Concordia Dental. Products underwritten by United Concordia Insurance Company and United Concordia Insurance Company of New York.
Mr. Squeaks, 100% mouse milk, grass-fed mice, milked by tiny hands. The perfect drink for Eddie and Rocky.
Eddie and Rocky are your daily afternoon treat with news, guests, laughs, and plenty of your calls.
More afternoon at 3 on 700 WLW.
Emilio Pagan is our Reds Wilbur's mustard pitching change. Wilbur's mustard. Let's put some mustard on it. Pagan into the ball game. This will be his 68th appearance on the year. He is looking for his 30th save.
The guy admits one time that he likes The Greatest Showman and he can't live it down. I've got a diverse viewing collection. Nick Gonzalez will lead off the Pirates' 9th inning, 2-1. Reds in front, trying to hold on, and Pagan delivers. First pitch is right in there for a called strike. The count is 0-1 on Gonzalez. Gonzalez, Reynolds, and McCutchen. Pagan trying to get to that 30. It's a nice round number. 30th save of the year. Here's his 0-1. Gonzalez lifts a fly ball, right field. There is Marte, right in his tracks, 1 down. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Cincinnati Reds and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Reds. This copyright reminder is provided by Dinsmore, the official legal counsel of the Reds.
Do not let this guy beat you with a fastball out of the ballpark.
This guy would be Brian Reynolds. 1 for 3 today, single his first time up, a strikeout and a ground ball. Diving play at first by Steers last time up. The pitch. Reynolds takes low, ball 1. Reds and Reds Radio Network want to welcome Reds on Radio affiliate K94 rocks WKKI FM 94.3 from Salina, Ohio here for today's game. Pagan's 1-0 pitch to Reynolds. Up and away. It's a 2-ball, no strike count. Nobody on, 1 man out. From the belt to the plate. High and outside, and it's 3-0 on Reynolds. Pagan's being very careful with Brian Reynolds. The veteran Andrew McCutcheon waiting in the on-deck circle. And here is Pagan's 3-0 pitch. Swung on, and there's a drive. High in the air, deep right, Marte back. At the track, at the wall, he leaps, and he caught it! Oh, no way! What a grab, Noelvi Marte! He robs Brian Reynolds of a game-tying home run in the 9th. He was way up there. Wow!
That made my heart skip a beat.
I mean, there's no doubt it was gone.
Yeah, that was a home run. He went way over the wall to get it.
Oh,
he
goodness.
almost snapped his shoulder out of socket.
I mean, he was reaching way up and back to bring it back. I think Marte's taken to this right field thing.
Well, I mentioned earlier he sure looks a lot better, and he looked great on that play.
2 outs. Andrew McCutcheon's up. The pitch. Swinging another fly ball, deep right field. Marte going back on the track. He runs it down, and that's it. Reds win it. 2-1. They beat the Pirates and take the finale.
Whew.
The Reds. It was a nail-biter, but they hang on and win the regular season home finale here at Great American Ballpark, 2-1. 3 flyouts to Noelvi Marte in the 9th inning to end it. Some more routine than others.
Yeah, I'd say so. Boy, that's a big-time play by Noelvi Marte. He was some kind of jack.
So the Reds win this one. Now if the Cubs beat the Mets tonight, the Reds are back in the driver's seat in that 3rd wild card spot here in the National League. Now it's on the road to battle the Brewers. We'll have more on that and wrap this up when we come back on the Reds Radio Network.
Tree on your roof? Fire damage or flooded basement? Water and storm damage happens